Hey preschoolers, today I have two stories for you about puppies. The first one is about a boy and his puppy, and then the next one is about a girl and her puppy. So, starting with the first one, it's called My Puppy. My puppy thumps his tail when he is happy. That is why I call him Thumper. He is thumping and barking to wake me up. Thumper jumps on my bed and cuddles me. He wriggles under the blanket and pushes me out of bed. Do you have a puppy that wakes you up in the morning? He shakes my slipper. He is teasing me. When I am putting on my clothes, I try to dress Thumper too. He does not like to wear clothes, but he likes to wear funny hats. At breakfast, my puppy wants a tidbit. He sits up and begs. When I hold Thumper up to the mirror, he barks at the puppy he sees there. The puppy in the mirror barks too. It's his reflection. He catches a piece of toast in his mouth. That is one of his tricks. My puppy and I like to play in the garden. There are lots of funny things to do. We like to slide down the slide together. Along the border, there are flowers to pick. Hold still, Thumper, while I put a daisy in your collar. Now you are beautiful. I am teaching my puppy tricks. When I throw his rubber ball, Thumper chases it and brings it back to me. Ooh, he is learning to jump over a stick. When I stand on my head, my puppy runs in and out between my feet. He knows a lot of tricks. He is a good puppy. But sometimes he is a naughty puppy. When he digs for bones in Mother's garden, he is a naughty puppy. I must scold him. I dip his paws into my water bucket to wash the dirt off, and Thumper washes his face with his little wet paws. Then we play doctor. We pretend that my puppy has a sore paw. I wrap his paw in a bandage. That makes him feel better. When the sun is warm, Thumper and I play in our wading pool. We splash and kick and shout. After our swim, I sit in the grass in a warm, cuddly towel. My puppy shakes his fur to get dry. Thumper likes to play in my sandbox with me. We build castles and make sand pies. The sand makes my puppy sneeze. Achoo! When I ride my kitty car, my puppy barks and chases me. When I waggle my toy puppy and bark, woof woof, Thumper growls and barks. He likes to make believe. I do too. My puppy is sleepy. He yawns a big yawn. I yawn a little yawn. I think it is time for my puppy's nap. I will have a little nap too. He had a busy day with his puppy. What do you like to do with your puppies? I know lots of you have puppies and dogs at your house. All right, well, our next story is about a girl and her puppy. And this is an old book. This is called Clifford the Small Red Puppy. Hi, I'm Emily Elizabeth, and this is Clifford, my big red dog. Yesterday, my friend Martha said, "Your dog is very big and very red, but where did you get him?" "I got my dog from a fancy pet store." So I told her how I got Clifford. "When I was little, I lived in the city. I didn't have a dog. One day, the man down the hall called us. His dog had puppies. He wanted to give me one. One puppy was smaller than the rest. I liked him. I said, 'I want that one.' The man said, 'Oh, don't take him. He is the runt. He will always be small and sick.' But I loved that little puppy. He needed me. I decided to call him Clifford. He was so tiny that I had to feed him with my baby doll's bottle. Look at that. We got the smallest collar we could find for Clifford. but it was too big. When he began to eat dog food, we had to watch him all the time. Oh no, he fell in. He was so little that he was always getting lost, even in our small apartment. It says, "Arf!" There he was, hiding in the shoe. Daddy said Clifford was just too small. He didn't think that he could live through the winter. I was very sad. That night, I let Clifford sleep on my pillow. I told him I wished he would grow to be a big, healthy dog. Then I told Clifford, "I love you." The next morning, he looked bigger to me. Is he growing? He seemed to have an easier time eating his dog food, and his collar wasn't so loose. In fact, by the time Daddy got home, his collar was too small. By bedtime, Clifford's tiny basket seemed a little too small for him. He really is growing. So I let him sleep on my pillow again. That was a mistake. Kicked her out of her bed. Just like Thumper pulled that boy out of bed. Next morning, Mommy thought Clifford looked different. Daddy said, "I think he's growing." I decided to take Clifford for a walk. Oh no, at the corner I saw a big dog coming. I knew I should pick Clifford up so the big dog couldn't hurt him. I shouldn't have worried. Clifford really was growing. We ran home to show Mommy how big he was. Had our apartment door grown smaller? Can't even fit through the door now. Daddy couldn't believe it. We put Clifford in the garden to sleep that night. Oh no, in the morning, the lady upstairs called us. It was about Clifford. He's looking in her windows. In fact, all the neighbors were starting to notice him. The landlord called the police. They came to see Clifford. Clifford was too big. They said he must go. But how? He couldn't go through the door. One policeman had an idea. Oh, they got a big crane. Oh, there was just one way to get Clifford out of our garden. They lifted him up and put him in a moving truck. We sent him to live with my uncle, who lived in the country. I was sad. I missed my little puppy. And he missed me. Oh, he's crying. One day we got a surprise. My uncle wanted Daddy to come work with him in the country. We could be with Clifford. We moved right away. Did you see Clifford's little tail? Well, big tail, wagging behind the house. Clifford was waiting for me. I said, "Clifford, stop growing. You are just right." "So," I said to Martha, "that's how I got my dog. Tell me again how you got your dog." "Forget it," said Martha. That was pretty crazy, I bet. Even though you've seen your puppies grow and get a little bit bigger, get to a regular dog size, you've never had a big dog that was as big as a house, have you? That's pretty crazy. Clifford, the big red dog. You can read more stories about Clifford too if you ever go to the library. There's lots of books about him. So I'm going to do one more special dog story tomorrow. And then we'll find out what kind of stories I'm going to read next week.